What is up, my turtles? My name is Jimmy, also known as YmmijTortuga, and welcome back to the Pokemon tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about breeding. I hope you guys are excited for this episode, I guess. Hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's get started. So there's a couple of things that we need to look at here when it comes to breeding and whatnot. Obviously, the IVs are really good, but there's a handful of items that we're gonna cover in here. As well, and please make sure you get your hands on these, and I can show you where to get those. I just also realized in the last episode I never showed you where to get bottle caps or anything. You can purchase bottle caps. I think these are mints. Oh yeah, mints. If you get the wrong Pokemon, say you didn't do the Ralts thing and you get a shiny with the wrong one, you can always buy the proper mint with battle points and whatnot. So say you needed an adamant mint for that, you can just try to get to 50 BP, and then you'll be able to do that. And I think here, yeah, you can buy bottle caps, you can get ability capsules, which we're going to be talking about abilities in this episode as well, which would be really cool. So if your Pokemon, let's start by talking about abilities. Abilities provide different effects and whatnot in terms of their just their usefulness or whatever. So if we go back to Unpheasant here, there are two abilities that it can learn regularly: Big Pecs, which you can only find in the wild, and Super Luck, which raises the critical hit ratio by 1 level. So this basically gives you a better chance for a crit rate. There are also these things called hidden abilities, which in this game, in Sword and Shield, can only be found if you do raids. You never have a chance to get a hidden ability if you don't have the hidden ability in the first place, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But then you'll have a rivalry here, which is really cool if you're facing the same gender. Otherwise, it kind of sucks if you're facing the opposite gender. But yeah, I want the ability Super Luck on my Unpheasant. So if I go back to the game here, say my Unpheasant didn't have the ability Super Luck, which it does have, or Pidove in this case. Say it does, it's adamant. Or excuse me, it has the ability Super Luck. So say it didn't, I could buy an ability capsule, switch it, or maybe I didn't want to use Super Luck, maybe I did want to use Big Pecs. I could use that. I could use that ability capsule and switch the ability appropriately, remembering that you cannot switch it with the hidden ability. All that being said, there is a ability patch coming out in the Crown Tundra as of recording this video. We do not know how to get it yet, but you'll be able to use the ability patch to switch over to a hidden ability very soon, which is really nice. Unfortunately, I can't show that, but we're gonna go from there. Okay, so that's one way to get bottle caps. The other way you can get bottle caps, and then I'll talk about what we need to do. I need to go here anyway. If we go to Bridge Field, right by the nursery, nonetheless, it's like, which is, you know, kind of common here. We can, you see the digging duo over here? If you trade this guy Watts, let's see if I get lucky here. If you trade this guy, Watts, he has a chance to get you a bottle cap. Let's see if I get lucky here. Get Iron Ball, Sticky Barb, Iron Ball, Moonstone, Comet Shard, and he's done. But it is this guy. You have to talk to this guy right here, closest to the nursery. This dude does not give you bottle caps. Okay? So, that's just to tie up loose ends and whatnot with the bottle caps and whatnot. So now let's talk about breeding. I mentioned there are a couple of items. Let's actually fly to... let's actually fly to Hammerlock, I believe. There's a BP shop here, yes. Let's fly to Hammerlock. Let me show you the items that are going to be very important, not only just for breeding, but for the next part of the training afterwards, after you get the perfect Pokemon after you breed it. So if you go to and talk to this person here, this person gives you these power items, and these power items help you in terms of breeding. If your Pokemon hold one of these power items, it will always pass down the I guess parallel stat. So Power Bracer, looking at the bottom, it reduces speed, but the holder's attack stat grows more. The Power Belt, defense stat grows more. Power Lens is special attack, special defense, speed, etc. Speed, and then HP. Although, yeah, you can pass down HP IVs. Yeah. So, these power items are going to be very good. This is really good because most of the time I will say you're probably going to want the power anklet in breeding, because that's going to pass down the speed stat. Because you're going to want to pass down that 0 speed for Trick Room. You'll also maybe need the Power Bracer to pass down a 0 attack for those special attackers, but most of the time you're going to want to do a power anklet for that. You're also going to want to grab the Destiny Knot, okay? The Destiny Knot, if the holder, the Destiny Knot is a magical thing. I'll show you exactly how it works in just a moment here. But you're going to want to grab the Destiny Knot as well. It is here in Hammerlock, and it is able to... you were able to pick up those items there. So now we're going to go to either one of the nurseries. All in all, it really doesn't matter what you're going to want to do. We're going to start breeding for the Unfuzzed. The other thing, and you're going to probably want to check Cerebi where to find these. The other item, the other key item that you're going to want to have, and I'm going to just sort this by name just to make this easier. You're going to want an Everstone. I have a bunch of them and whatnot. But yeah, an Everstone typically prevents Pokemon from evolving. But if I give the Everstone specifically to my Pidove here, it will always pass down the nature of the Pokemon, which we just used our Ralts for in the last episode. We used the Ralts to make sure that this Pidove was adamant, which is exactly what we want to do. Now, you are just about ready for breeding and whatnot. You're gonna want to get yourself a Ditto here, okay? You're gonna want to get yourself a Ditto. So you can see that I have 2 Dittos down here. I've got a 0 speed Ditto, which is really cool, and then a 6 IV Ditto. Pidove isn't gonna want to use Trick Room, so we're gonna want to use the 0 speed Ditto. So I'm gonna put that in my party. You don't have to do that. And then you can see for Masuda Method with Shiny Hunting, you can see I have an English Pidove, but I have a Japanese Ditto. This Ditto is French. It also works with the Pidove. Masuda Method, use 2 different language games. If you can get that, great. If not, shinies do not affect anything in terms of stats. So you're going to want to go from there. Now, give the Ditto, or your 6 IV Pokemon, if you have another one, the Destiny Knot. The Destiny Knot, I have a bunch of these as well. So the Destiny Knot is going to take the stats between the 2 parents, and it will take the stats. It's gonna guarantee 5 of the stats from the parents. It could be from either of the parents, so the HP could be very good, decent, etc. on the IVs, or you could go best, and eventually go from there. It will take 5 of those randomly. It'll pick randomly HP, attack, defense, special attack, and special defense, and then the speed will always be a randomized number when any parent holds a Destiny Knot. Another thing to know, any Pokemon can breed with a Ditto. Get yourself a Ditto. If you can get it with 6 IVs, that is super cool. And then the ability, whatever ability it has an 80% chance to pass down. And then a 20% chance if it has 2 regular abilities. Otherwise, it's 100% of the time if it's a regular ability. If say the Pidove had Rivalry and it was its hidden ability, it will always have a 60% chance to pass down. The other, and then it's 20/20 if it's the other ability. if it has 2 other abilities, or it's a 40% chance for its regular ability. So always be aware of that when you're breeding for hidden abilities. The ability patches are coming, so just be aware of that. So I do want super luck on my Pidove, which is really good. So I have an 80% chance to keep that, which is really good. Unfortunately, there's no way to guarantee abilities in breeding, so that's that. So we have our Everstone, which is going to pass down the nature, the adamant nature. It's going to have plus attack, minus special attack, which is really good. And then we have a 6 IV Ditto in this case. So now we can just give it to the nursery ladies. Once you have all your items there, you can just give it to the nursery lady, and you go from there. I'm going to go over here. You see where we are from the nursery? We have this den here. If you go over to this den across the grass here, if you go into this den and you put in some wishing pieces, you can actually get decent Dittos from here. So just be aware. You have to have the purple beam to do it, but you can get Dittos from that den. You will be guaranteed a Ditto if you get a purple beam. So let's put the Pokemon in here. Let's put the Pokemon in here. So one other thing to note, males can breed. Typically, you want a female Pokemon. Typically, it's the female that's going to breed down whatever the species is. But with Ditto, it will always be the non-Ditto Pokemon. So in this case, it's going to be Pidove. So we're going to go ahead and leave these 2 Pokemon in. If you need money, go talk to the digging duo. They give you a bunch of stuff. And then you're all set. So now you just, now we just collect eggs. Until we get the Pokemon that we want. That's pretty much simple and whatnot. There's other things that I want to show you in just a moment, but we got our egg. I'm only gonna do a handful of these. I'll probably do just a full batch for the sake of this video. But you see me do this all the time with the shiny hunting and whatnot. But this is how we pass down the proper abilities and whatnot. And then there's ways to fix the Pokemon if it is shiny and you don't have the proper IVs with the bottle caps and everything. So that is really, really good. So there we go. All right, I'm just gonna gather these 3 eggs, and we're gonna be done with it here. So let's hatch this. Oh yeah, one other tip. You want to get a Pokemon. There's a reason I have a Centiskorch here. This has the ability Flame Body. What Flame Body does is that it doesn't matter where it is in the party, but it, I believe it cuts Pokemon egg hatches in half, egg steps in half. So get a Pokemon with Flame Body, your Steam Engine. You can always get a Carkol in the Galar Mines. You can always get a Centiskorch. I think Centiskorch's hidden ability is Flame Body. You can always do that, and yeah. Alright, so let's hatch a couple of these eggs. Pidoves have a very high hatch rate, apparently. A lot of steps. Okay, here we go. So now, we hatch a Pokemon. It does have a chance to be shiny. Wouldn't that be wild? A tutorial video, I get a shiny? That would be absolutely wild. I don't know how I'd feel about that. So as you can see, we get a Pidove, even though it was not a male parent. It was a male Pidove. So it's all good. All right, and we'll check the IVs here in just a moment. We get another Pidove. And then you just hatch like this for a little bit. Like I said, you want to hatch a couple initially. I'm just gathering some watts because I know I'm going to need it very, very soon for the Crown Tundra. So let's take a look at the 2 that we did hatch. We have a male and female. It's about a 50-50 rate. Look at the stats now. We have 3 bests when we didn't have any on the initial Pidove, and we got super luck. Let's check this one. This one has 4 bests, which is really, really good. So now what we're going to do, and this is kind of where the tedious part somewhat gets in. Now what we're going to do, we're going to, we'll say yes to this egg. There's always that chance for a shiny. And I don't have shiny on Pheasant, so Why not? So now what we're going to do is we are going to take back... Be careful of the button mash here. We're going to take back our Pidove, but leave the Ditto in the daycare. Leave the Ditto in the daycare. So now what we're going to do is that we're just going to switch the Everstone off the initial Pidove and put it on this Pidove that has 4 best stats. So now we're just going to be swapping parents. I'm going to release this one. We don't need this one anymore, although it is marked. Nah. I know it's marked, but I just thought that was funny. I am going to release that. So now we are going to be breeding with this one. Now remember, the IVs pass down with the Destiny Knot based on the parents. So now that we have bests, it's going to be much easier to get the Pokemon that you want in terms of is it going to be best. So it'll just make it that much easier to get a 6 IV if that's what you were looking for. So now we're going to leave a Pokemon, put that Pidove in, and then say yes. I do that all the time. Make sure it has the Everstone because you want it to pass down the ability to the nature. As we can see, this Pidove here, this female Pidove, was indeed an adamant nature. Let's just check the summary just to make sure. It is indeed an adamant nature. That's what the Everstone does. So the Everstone is very important. And then we're going to release this one because this isn't the one we want. And then you just continue breeding until you get the perfect IV. Swap parents as best as you can, as often as you want, etc. Now, there's one more tip and trick that I want to talk about with breeding and whatnot. Let me finish this one here. That is not shiny. That's okay. We're breeding for competitive. It's fine. Okay. So I hope you guys are following me so far. So now, we are going to go... We're gonna keep this Pidove here because I need a female Pidove, and I think the one that I put in the daycare was a male. So I'm gonna keep this one just for the sake of what I want to do next here. Okay, so now let's take a peek at Unpheasant here. We're gonna see this increase here, but let's take a look at Unpheasant. I mentioned, you can see its move stats and everything on Cerebi and everything, but there's this thing called egg moves. Unpheasant cannot typically learn Hypnosis unless it breeds with a parent that has the move for it. In this case, this is why I have Hoot Hoot here. Hoot Hoot does indeed learn Hypnosis. It needs to learn it at level 36, but it does indeed learn Hypnosis. So I could breed a male Hoot Hoot with a female Pidove, and I would get Hypnosis on the baby Pidoves. I have to have the female Pidove because, as I mentioned before, Ditto aside, you have to have that Pokemon. The Pokemon species that you're going to want to have needs to be female. Otherwise, you're going to get Hoot Hoots, and that's not what we want. So we need to get a male Hoot Hoot. So let's go back to game capture. We need to go find a Hoot Hoot. All right, we finally found a Hoot Hoot. The first Hoot Hoot I found was actually a female. We need a male Hoot Hoot because females can't breed together in the world of Pokemon. So we did get a Hoot Hoot. And everything, as you can see, now it wants to learn Air Cutter. I just went through this. I should have released these Pokemon. No, stop gaining experience. Okay, so we're good. We got the Hoot Hoot we need. Before I fly back to the breeding center, let me just make sure the Hoot Hoot has Hypnosis because that's what we want. It indeed does. So that's very, very good. So we're going to release all but one of these Pidoves, and I'll pick the best one because it does need to be female. This is the best one, the very top one. So we're gonna release the other Pokemon here. All right, so these egg moves here, and again, it's like I'd use this Hoot Hoot, but it's not what we want. So this Hoot Hoot has the egg move that this Pidove can do. And then how do I know that Hoot Hoot will breed with Unpheasant? Well, there's another thing called egg groups. If we scroll down somewhere within the first part here, you'll see this group called egg groups. We're in the flying egg group, and if we click on it, we can see Hoot Hoot is a part of that egg group. If you're not 100% sure, go to Hoot Hoot's page, go to egg group. It is in the flying egg group. So they have to be in the same egg group to breed. That's pretty much it. So let's go back to game capture here. Now we have a super luck. We have a Pidove with a female Pidove, male Hoot Hoot with hypnosis. We should be able to get hypnosis on the baby Pidoves here. So let's fly back to the nursery. We're gonna say no to the egg because I don't want it. This is one of few things that I don't do very often. So now we are going to take the Pidoves. And now, oh wait, hold on. Nature, we want the nature. So now make sure you do the nature, but I'm not gonna move the destiny knot. So I'm gonna put the Everstone on this Pidove here, okay? So now we're gonna pass down the nature. It's gonna have adamant, and I'm gonna breed it with this Hoot Hoot. I'm not gonna give the Hoot Hoot an item because wild Pokemon don't do very well. So, and I'm gonna leave everything in the party. You'll see why in a moment. So now we got our female Pidove with our male Hoot Hoot. We're gonna get baby Pidoves because the female is the one that always gives the offspring. And then I'm gonna collect one egg. That's all I want. That's all I want is one egg. So let's get the egg. And then I'm going to take both of them out. Okay, so I got the egg. So now I'm going to take both of them out. Because I only need one egg for this trick. Okay? Cool. Alright, let's hatch the egg. Alright, egg hatching. It only took a little bit. And you guys didn't have to watch me go round in circles and whatnot. You see enough of that happen with my live streams and whatnot with shiny hunting. But we do indeed get a Pidove, and if everything worked right, we should have. I don't know which one was the one with the egg move here. That one isn't it. So it must be this female one, right? It does indeed have hypnosis. So, I probably should have cleared my boxes, so that's fine though. It's fine. We're fine. Alright, so this female Pidove now has hypnosis. But now look at the stats. It's not very good. It's not very good. So now how do I get it onto this Pidove here? I can't just make it have hypnosis, right? Well, actually you can. Let me show you the next trick here to get egg moves on your Pokemon. Say you're that level 1 Pidove here, this male Pidove right here. I'm going to move the Everstone. I'm gonna move the Everstone. Okay. So I'm gonna move the Everstone off of this level 17 Pidove here to the male one here. Just so we can make sure that any babies that might happen here will have the proper thingamajig. And then I'm gonna get rid of those. We got our female Pidove, which doesn't matter, by the way, if this is male or female. But all you need is an open move slot. You can go to any Pokemon Center, delete a move. I don't have to do that because I have 2 open move slots, and it will give you the egg moves that you, any egg moves automatically to the parents, which is really, really cool. I'll show you. So the male Pidove currently does not have hypnosis. If I put in the male Pidove with the female Pidove has hypnosis, and it has to be the same Pokemon. It has to be the exact same species. You can't do Incineroar with Litten. No, it has to be Pidove with Pidove. Incineroar with Incineroar. Bolton with Bolton. It has to be exactly that. So that's really cool. So I guess I'll take the egg. It doesn't really matter at this particular point. But if we take both the Pokemon back, we'll see the male one had the Everstone, now has Hypnosis. And this is the egg. This is the egg that I just got. It didn't hatch. Now the male has Hypnosis. All you need is a slot. And now you can continue to breed from this one. You no longer need this one. Bye, Pidove. Enjoy the wild. And then you continue to go from there. And then swap parents. Now you will be guaranteed to pass down the Hypnosis, the egg moves, or whatever you want within that. I hope you guys did enjoy this guide. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Pidove that I want, so I can get it up and I can show you the next part, which is EVs, effort values in the training guide. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments below. Make sure you pay attention to your egg groups. Before you start breeding, make sure you know what moves that you want on your end Pokemon. Because if you need to get it by egg move, it might be a little bit more tricky to get it. I will tell you with Pidove, to get Night Slash on Pidove, which is possible, it's going to take some work to initially get it. Because nothing that levels up is in the flying egg group. You have to teach it in another certain way to a different Pokemon that'll eventually get it within the flying group. So there's a lot that goes into getting egg moves, but it's really, really cool. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. As I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get my perfect IVs. All you just gotta do is keep hatching until you get the IVs you want. I'm looking for 5 IVs where the special attack I don't care about. Alright, so HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed is what we want. So that's what I'm going to do kind of in between videos. And then the effort value will go up on Friday. The effort value EV training guide is next. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.